What's up, everybody? This is going to be Pimp my Tamarack. So I got me a Lifetime Tamarack, which is, you know, the hot new entry-level kayak. Got it at Walmart. I got over on them pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I got this kayak for $136. Yep, got them good. Anyhow, I'm trying to do some things to it to make it, you know, a little more cooler, you know, than just a entry-level kayak. I mean, it comes with enough bells and whistles. I mean, it's got handles, it's got hatches, it's got footrests and rod holders and all that kinds of stuff. I mean, that gets you into it and gets you going. But, you know, you always want to make your shit cooler. So, I got this kit right here. You can see all these colors. This is a sample kit from C-Deck. So, it's just 3x3 squares. You can see how big they are. They're just little squares of the C-Deck material that, you know, people put in their boats and kayaks and all that stuff. Well, I mean, they ship this out for $0, and you just request a sample and they'll send it to you. There's not a lot of places on this kayak to put something like that. I mean, you put it in the cup holder. You got your step plates right here, if that's what they're called. You know, little stuff like that you can kind of add, you know, to make it unique, make it your own. Make you feel better about having, you know, an entry-level kayak. I love this thing. I've only been out on it twice, and I fished it twice. Fished a tournament already. I love it. It floats, baby. We're rolling. Let's do this. So I'm gonna use some parchment paper just to get into the project, and I'm gonna roll some out, and I'm gonna lay it down in my foot rests here, my foot plates, and I'm gonna draw me a pattern out. And, you know, it's going to be symmetrical left and right, so you only got to draw one out. I'm going to transfer it to some cardboard, and I'm going to lay out some of these pieces. I'm going to decide what kind of colors and what kind of how I'm going to lay them out, what kind of layout I want to do, and cut them out and stick them down. I got some sandpaper because you want to scuff this up a little bit. It's kind of slick. Give it something to adhere to. You know, they do peel back. You know, they got adhesive on them. They're good to go. Clean it up, and I got sand in it. You know, it was just Thursday night I was in it. I'll probably put some in my cup holder here. Maybe a little something here. I might want to put some here on the footrests. You know, just kind of pimp it out a little bit. I'm going to upgrade the seat. I've seen plenty of videos. There's tons of videos on this. If y'all are looking to get into entry-level kayak, this is definitely a popular one out there. There's tons of videos on the YouTube that go over all the different things that you can do on a budget, DIY, or very little cost otherwise to upgrade this thing. You can get the stadium seats I've seen. If you got a Costco membership, I think they're $10. You know, they're like $30 at Academy. I've got PVC in the garage, so I'm going to make me a cart because even though it's not heavy, it's a pain to carry it, you know, back and forth to the truck and all your gear and your crate and all that stuff. But I'm gonna roll me out some of this parchment paper and I'll go over. I'm gonna set up the camera and get that recorded, showing you drawing it out and all that stuff. So y'all hang out, stick around, man. We'll get this thing going. So as you can see here, I got a piece of the parchment paper laid down. You can use cardboard to lay it down in there, push a or a stiffer paper. Craft paper. I just happen to have parchment paper in the kitchen because I cook a lot, so I got those kinds of things. We'll take a marker, you know, and you just kind of give yourself a rough idea of what you're looking at. Just kind of follow around the contours of what you're doing here. You know, it's not going to be perfect, you know, but that's what you got. You know, that's what you're going to be cutting into. Just trying to get you an outline to go with. Make sure you get that hole there. Cut that out. You know, and basically, I mean, it's not pretty, but that's what you're working with. I mean, that's what I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to transfer it to a piece of cardboard that I'm going to cut out. That way I can have something a little more rigid to work with when I go to actually lining out on these sample pieces what I want to do. And so, you know, just like I said, it's symmetrical. So you only got to do one because you flip it over. It's the same thing over there. You're good to go. if I decide to do these, it'll be the same concept. You know, you'll cut out a piece, draw it out, and basically, you know, go from there. One piece is all, that's all you need, is one cutout to go for all 8 of those footrests. If I want to do it, I might do it, depending on how many pieces I use and what it looks like, how comfortable or how I feel like it looks. So we're gonna go from there. I'm gonna go over to my table and get some cardboard and get that cut up. Alright, so I got my cardboard here. I mean, it doesn't have just random boxes laying around with cardboard. Got that going. So what I'm going to do, you know, got scissors out. I'm just going to give a rough cut on this, you know, like I said a second ago, you know, it's not going to be perfect. You're basically, you know, just tracing something inside of a kayak, not a big deal. Bam. So get that going, like that. You know, and there's your template, basically. You're good to go. Cut this circle out. Hope I don't. Just transfer it to a piece of cardboard. Give you something a little more sturdy to work with. I got some tape here, so that's what I'm going to do is just going to tape it down in a couple of spots so I can trace it and it not move around on me. And it's thin tape. I mean, if you can't connect a dot from there to there, I don't know that you should be in a boat anyway. So that's just some trash talk. I apologize if it hurt anybody's feelings. Alright, so just real simple. I mean, basically, you know, just roughing it in. Not a big deal. Oh, normally I'm pretty good at coloring in the lines, but listen, it ain't a big deal. Alright, so got that drawn. Parchment paper. Connect dots, la 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 la, which I know about that. So I'm going to cut this out with my razor knife here, whatever I want on these, because it's like every single color that they make. I mean, I dig the blues, but I got a green kayak, so I don't know. I got some browns, some whites, and some camos, a couple different colors in the camo. And they got the brushed. I don't know if you can see the texture there. It's not real. And then they got like the dimpled. You can see the dimples on that real good. So I'm going to decide what kind of color sequence I want, and then line them out and go from there. So I'll be back shortly. So I've got everything kind of roughed in. I've kind of got my general shape. You know, gonna make a little outline here. Camo one's moving. So I can, you know, cut out my circles and my scupper holes. Take a look at it. You know, that's basically what I'm looking at here. General shape. I mean, these, I'm not even going to cut these. These are pretty close to the width anyway, so I'm going to make them stick down. I'm not going to cut them to shape. But the top there, you know, I kind of wanted it to mold in. So now I need to cut out my circles here. And then I'm going to prep the kayak, which I'm going to sand it down, clean it up, use some alcohol, clean it up, make sure there's nothing in there. And go from there and come back and stick it down. Alright, so I'm going to take these and just line them up and see, you know, what I'm looking at here and make sure what I'm doing. And I mean, you know, we're not having any idea what I'm doing. I think that's going to look okay. By no means is it professional, but you know what? It'll make it mine. Won't nobody go, hey, that's my Tamarack. Nah, bruh, it's mine. Got C-deck in my Tamarack. So I'm gonna prep the surface there, Get it scuffed up. Use some 240 grit sandpaper, just something you got laying around. Y'all use what you got, man. Don't buy much stuff. You're already going budget with the kayak. You know, make do with what you got. Hell, I built a light out of crankbaits. So go hang around. Got that one sanded. I'm gonna do the other side. Take me an alcohol wipe, you know, some paper towel, whatever. Clean it up. Make sure there's no funk or gunk or anything that's gonna keep it from sticking. Clean it up. Make sure I get all the sand out of the way, all the dust from doing this out of the way, and come back and I'll be sticking them down. You have to always take your break. Have you a cold beverage laying around when you're doing stuff like this. Make sure everything's going smooth. You know what I'm saying? It's tasty. So what I'm going to start with is the ends around the scupper holes, because I want to make sure I got that, because I got plenty of room. I can come up this if I need to, if I'm running out of room. So just want to make sure all this is going to fit and it's going to look good before I put it down. I might actually trim that. I want to trim that. I don't know if I want to trim that. Just want to make sure it's all going to line up good. I mean, that is the best looking hole anybody could have ever cut. It was a joke. My hole cutting skills are horrible. We'll start with this piece right there. Guess what? It's down now. No turning back. Unless we want to peel it up and have somebody order me a new kit. Oh, that's horrible. Trying to make adjustments on the fly. That's a little bit better, I guess. I guess I screwed up putting the first one in, didn't I? Sure did. So I ain't never done this before, so I'm just learning as I go here. We want to make sure that's lined up. That's lined up somehow. Gonna be off. Recut that a little bit. Cut that down a little bit. Make it somewhat even. So I suck at this, but you know what? I don't even care. It's gonna look alright when I get done with it. See, and look at the rest of those are gonna fit real nice. Did trim a bit of that green off that way and makes that angle back up towards the back here. Put stuff down. Take this tan one. That stuff down. white one. Pushed up against there. And you know what? I'm not having any idea what I'm doing. Never doing this before. Trying to upgrade my kayak. I say it don't look horrible. It could look a hell of a lot better. But I'm just fishing out of it. I think it's going to be alright. So, I got both sides in. They're stuck down. They're not going anywhere. I mean, I can peel them off, but I mean, they're not just going to come off. I mean, it looks like hell. You know, it's multicolored, but you know what? A sheet of Sea Deck minimum cost is like $46. And it's way more than what I would need it to fill these two spots. So why not just make it your own, multicolored? I mean, it matches from side to side. It's just that's the brushed. That's got the dimples. It's the same colors on both sides. Except for the grays, because I screwed one up, whatever. But it works. And now I've got a Sea Deck in my kayak. I'm still debating if I want to do those. I might do them. I don't know. But for right now, I'm done. I'm going to concentrate on making myself a cart. I might even make me a video about that. Anyhow, appreciate y'all watching the Fishing with D-Lo, my new kayak adventures. I hope y'all stick around. I'm going to have me some more of this cold beer, and we'll holler at y'all later.